and 54 points offensively a game and hold their opponents to 48 points a game. Meanwhile, as they play it out, these two teams have multiple players who can put up double figures throughout the game, and they mix and match along with a very tough defensive squad. Coming your way next on QCTV, it's girls section semifinals. Andover taking on Blaine.
Touchdown! She hit the line on the far side, and the Rebels win.
Stop playing! Stop playing!
He connects! Rebels with their first lead of the night.
And the Andover Huskies are your section champion.
Well, good evening and welcome from Blaine Bengals High School here at Blaine. I'm Joe Rudin along with Pete Hayes. And Pete, we've got semifinal action girls section 4A. And I mentioned it just in the pregame, but they are a team. Both these teams respect each other so much, and they've had two competitive battles this season, but they're so identical as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to come down to who's going to execute the best. You know, are your players going to execute the game plan? And who's hot, you know, and that's who's going to come out the winner. It's section basketball. Winner goes to the championship. Loser goes home, and there's a big crowd here at Blaine tonight, big student section in front of us, so it's going to be loud and it's going to be hopping, Joe.
Well, not exactly identical, but Blaine comes in a regular season record of 17-9, and with their win against Forest Lake in the quarterfinals of the section, they are now at 18-9. Meanwhile, Andover comes in at 14-12 regular season, and with their win in the quarterfinals, now 15-12. The tap as Andover is going to be moving left to right will be picked up there, and here's the floor general, Piper Ingleby, for the Andover Huskies. She looks inside right away to Miller. Miller will kick it back out beyond the three. Perimeter shot there by Voller, just off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Ingleby, and then she is tied up inside in the lane and tied up by Molly Garber.
Yeah, Molly Garber, good player for the Blaine Bengals, and Blaine comes out aggressive defensively. Couple of tie-ups there, got themselves a jump ball, and they'll take possession.
We're going to talk more a little bit about their head-to-head matchups in the regular season, but this is like a chess match to me. No team is going to be out of it because they both hustle. They play so well for both of their coaches as the Huskies stay and start out pretty much in that man-to-man. Down below, looking around the perimeter, trying to sell it there. Working it down the lane, cutting through, a throw off the backboard, and this is everything, and the rebound back down to Miller. Transition time. Imdeck looks inside, then kicks it out. Fake shot to the lane, kick it. This from Ingleby from three, and just off the front of the rim and pulling down the rebound, Blaine. And here they come on the transition, and they are kicking up here. A chance where they need some points tonight from Allison Terry. This from behind three, good, a backboard. Ring it up that time. You'll see that from Jade Bryant. She's averaging 13.5 a game and gets her first three of the game.
Yeah, she's not afraid to chuck it up. I think she called backboard on that one. That's a good way to start. You know, you don't want to have, a lot of teams have jitters in section playoff time, and both of these teams look like they're ready to play.
They get it inside, does hand over to Morgan Miller, and she converts. Miller leads the Huskies with almost 12.5 a game for the sophomore. You're going to see the Huskies, there's an unforced error that time as an anomaly there as Allison Terry has a dribble just off her hand as she was looking to set up a play.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these teams play this year, but it looks like they're very intense, and like you were saying earlier, they play tight defense.
Ingleby sets up, calls the offensive set. Imdeck there wide and sets it down now to Sophia White. White gets that pass back, looking down low. She'll take it from three and off that front of the rim. Ingleby underneath. She battles for that rebound to put back up, and good. Good offensive board. Coach Nichols for the Huskies said we have got to rebound better, and they have in their first couple of possessions. Good hustle there by Imdeck, but the loose ball scrambled, picked up, taking it to inside, in and out. Then missed that time by Terry. And a save here picked up in the lane, and the foul's going to be called on the Huskies.
Yeah, I really like the way Ingleby is playing here early for Andover. She's scrappy out there. She's not afraid to get underneath and mess it up, and she's also not afraid to chuck up that three. But there's the first foul on Andover, and that could play a part in this game tonight.
Turn around inside, nice turn and pivot. Score there for Blaine, and converting on their first chance inside the paint. Down low now, Chance moving it down. And back out top here to White. Kicks it to the wing, and we'll get an over and back violation here. Imdeck that time was cutting inside, and Miller thought she was going to remain out around the perimeter. So both teams with one turnover apiece.
Yeah,
I mentioned there's a strong 1-2 punch with Jade Bryant and Garber. Bryant averaging 13.5 a game, and Garber almost 14.
Yeah, a couple of teams that don't turn the ball over that often. They take care of the ball pretty well, and that's the first turnover by Blaine.
Working it down the lane, keeping that dribble alive. Stop, pop from three off the back of the rim, a little long, and that's pulled in there by the sophomore Miller. Transition ball here for Engelby. She looks down low and then allows White to run through the lane and set up on the wing. Just underway, first half here at Blaine High School. Imdeck takes it to the lane and draws that block. And that's going to go against number 5, Jade Bryant.
Yeah, we have the large student section in front of us. Joe's standing up to...
I'm always looking to get that edge. Always looking at it. So, first foul, as you mentioned, one aside. Inbound pass by Engelby. That time deflected, and initially it looked like it went off the hands of the Huskies, but they'll inbound it again. Inside. Semifinals, the winner of this game will take on Centennial and Cambridge. For three from the parking lot. Good! Ring it up! Lighting it up and putting it on Imdeck, who's averaging 9 a game. She had 8 in their quarterfinal win against Duluth East. Hits a key three.
Yeah, so many players on Andover that can score for you.
Down low now into the elbow. Dribbled, kicked back out. Ever so dangerous. These two, Bryant and Garber, can hit literally from the parking lot into the lane, and Terry takes it down. She's whistled for her second turnover here in the opening minutes for Blaine.
Yeah, I think she was looking for a foul there, but a good call by the officials as she traveled, as she went down to the ground. So the ball will go back over to Andover. Second turnover by Blaine.
Andover 2-point lead, 7-5 with 13:50 to go here in this first half. And they're in the white, moving left to right. Rotation down low. Dribble drive, and on the outside, she stops, she pops, she puts it off the glass, hits the rim, and rebound comes down to Blaine. Now on that transition. Kick to the post, right at the elbow. A little give and go back and losing control. Good defense there. A scrappy defensive effort by the Huskies. And here comes White. She tried to get a bounce pass inside, and a couple of exchanges on some turnarounds. So opening half jitters maybe for both of these squads. Still, Andover maintains the 2-point lead. Dribble to the lane, kick out to Miller, then up top around the perimeter. A dribble back to Miller, and then on the weave. It's Imdeck. She'll stop, she'll pop, she'll hit, and get the roll. A member's roll for Imdeck. And she now has 5 on the night, and the Huskies lead by 4.
Yeah, you don't want any team to get on a run. It's going to be hard to come back in this game because they're so evenly matched. They want to make sure that neither team gets on a big run, or it's going to get hard to get back into the game.
Looked like a good block there, but they will call the blocking and the foul on the hand there by Engelby. Take a quick look at the Blaine setters. Here you look at Allison Terry, key catalyst in this offense. She's at the line now, followed by Bryant and Garber, both averaging 13-14 a game. Lafreniere also big on the inside, great rebounding, and then Meglin as well. Meanwhile, for Andover, you got to take a look and see with that, all mostly sophomores. In fact, 4 of the starting 5 sophomores. You have Morgan Miller, 6'1" at center, Engelby, Valor, White, and Imdeck. Imdeck is the only one who's a senior, and she's the one that is leading the team in scoring right now with 5 of their starting 9. Closing that gap, getting 1 of 2 that time, was Terry.
You know, quite a few of the teams in the Northwest Suburban are pretty young this season, so we're going to see some really good basketball in the next coming years here in the Northwest Suburban.
I kind of joked with, the Andover coach Blake Nichols. I said, boy, your basketball team looks an awful lot like the Andover hockey team. A lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and they're all playing very experienced. He goes, I know, isn't that amazing? It's let's just hope we have similar outcomes. Shot from behind the three, misses everything that time, does White. Blaine on the rebound. Setting it up and running that offense is Molly Garber. Around near perimeter. Down low now in is Maddie Bryant, no relation to Jade Bryant. Dribble and drive to the lane, kick out. Stopping, holding back, looking all alone down below, and a good shot that time. I didn't know she was going to be able to pull the trigger quick enough, but getting there and making that was Maddie Bryant averaging 2 points a game, and she gets two critical ones there. That pulls Blaine to within one, 9-8.
Yeah, both teams are into their bench already, so it'll be interesting on the depth on both of these teams to see what they have.
Also in for Andover is Kayla Beckman, number 13. Down low, tries to get it to Beckman. She kicks it back out the perimeter. From behind three, front of the rim, no good. Scramble for that rebound ensues, and back will come Blaine with the possession. Going coast to coast, and a runner. That's good. A Patrick Bev runner that time. Molly Garber collects a nice bucket there, and now Blaine takes the 1 point lead, 10-9, with 11 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. I have a big smile on my face right now, Joe. You know this is going to be a good one tonight.
I believe this is going to be back and forth the whole night. And, I mean, their previous battles have been the predictor of my forecast for tonight's contest. And there's a foul inside, whistled on Blaine. But you're seeing a lot of hustle defensively by both of these squads, and now they'll run some others out. Back in for the first time tonight for the Huskies is number 3, Lily Peterson. Returning back is Miller. And then Emma Frost is also in as well for the Huskies.
There was a look at that last drive to the hoop for the Huskies.
Mdeck kicks it out now. It's to the wide. Frost, she's not cold. She's hot and heating it up from behind three. Ring that one up for Frost. And she has put the Huskies back up by 2.
They are not afraid to chuck it up. They're throwing it up from the cheap seats here tonight.
Andover stays with that defensive set of man-to-man. They'll do most of the game. Stop. Shot from just inside the free throw line. They're unable to convert. That's an anomaly there for Gerber. She'll usually. Molly Garber will knock those down just about every time. So 10:23 to go. Huskies are going to inbound it under the Blaine hoop, and they'll get her rocking here. 10-15, and as Ingleby brings it up to the post, Miller, good job at challenging that time. I thought she perhaps was going to get the steal in number 55, Ava Meglin. But they whistle her for the foul. That'll be team foul number 3 on Blaine, her first.
Yeah, a little aggressive right there by the Bengals, picking up a foul.
Trying to hit it. Peterson rotates it to the top. Now back to the wing. Peterson looking inside. Gets it back to Mdeck. Good! Ring that up. Mdeck, her second three-pointer. She's 2 for 2.
Yeah, she doesn't get too excited. She just walks back and go, I do that in my sleep.
She has 8 so far in the first half. And it's a 5-point lead for Andover. Kind of a misguided hook that time by Garber, and on the transition, Mdeck has the dribble. Brings it up now, wants to kick it to the lane, and she draws a foul. A pushing foul will be called on the Bengals in number 20. Maddie Bryant, her first. And some substitutions again made over there against the head coach for the Huskies, Blaine Nichols. And of course for Blaine is Chris Brewston.
That's a good job right there by Blaine. Mdeck, she's not afraid to put it up. I was just going to say they're going to have to get tighter on her, and they did there. Got a block, and the ball goes back over to the Bengals.
Brewston in his 9th season with Blaine, and I'll tell you, both of these coaches, they weren't obligatory pleasantries. They really do have a lot of respect on how they coach the game and how their players come out to contest. And you can see it already here. This is a great semifinal matchup. Blaine now in the lane, kicks out wide from behind 3, off the mark that time. That's there for Terry. Huskies control. Frost takes it to the lane. She has three. A nice left-handed layup off the backboard. And a 7-point lead now for Andover, and that's 5 for Frost here in the first half.
You know, a lot of times, Joe, you'll say that, we'll look at the shot here first. A lot of times you'll say that teams take on the identity of their coaches, and if these teams take on the identity of the coaches, they're going to be riled up down there, and it looks like they are, but both of those guys are intense, and they're coaching their girls hard.
Well, I certainly know the Blaine coach played some college football, wide receiver at Morehead State University. His background now down to the corner. Another look for three. No, off the front of the rim. That was Jade Bryant. She's missed 2 consecutive threes, and that's unusual. She'll get it back. That's good pressure, though, by the defense. Back is Blaine on a man-to-man D. You'll see them play some 1-3-1, a variety of defensive schemes as well throughout the game. Now to the corner, looking for the three. No, now holding back. Valor takes this to the lane. A runner, back of the rim, front of the rim. Rebound Miller, and now a tie-up. On the possession arrow, it goes to Andover. Quick change out here for Blaine. Garber comes back in. It was Annika Schulman who was in momentarily.
5 fouls on the Bengals so far, 3 against the Huskies.
Huskies inbound here. This is the Frost. She has 5. Good left-hand dribble. Kicks it to the baseline. 3-ball. Corner pocket, ring it up. That is Valor, and she gets her first 3, and now a double-digit lead for Andover, 20-10.
Well, Andover's been relying on that 3-pointer here early in the game, and it's been working for them.
Again, another effort just off the mark that time by Bryant on the transition. Valor for 3, in and out. Almost halfway down and back out again, and now with 7:30 to go, Blaine on the transition. Looking for 3, Terry, and that's off the back of the rim. Cannot convert. So 0 for 4 of their last 3 attempts is Blaine, and trying to move it to the lane. Now kicks out to the corner from a 3-ball. Corner pocket, bam! Frost, her second 3 here in the first half, and the Huskies have opened up a 23-10 lead with 7:21 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, the Huskies are feeling it right now, and here's another look at that corner 3-ball. Kicked it out, drove the lane, pushed it into the corner, and bingo bango in the bottom of the basket. And Andover, that's the difference in the game so far here, Joe, is that 3-point shooting, 23-10, and I'm not positive on the stats here, but that's got to be close to a half a dozen threes already by the Huskies.
And you've seen a couple already for MDEC as well. Valor has 1. Of course, you just saw the 2 from Frost. So out to a scrappy start, but there you get a look. Good ball rotation. There's MDEC. She knocked it down. And 3, that was a key. Good ball rotation, too. And there's Frost getting her first 3 of the game. And that's what you see, ball movement. And when they get that ball and there's a shot again by MDEC, they're getting that pass right into that shooting pocket. And they're able to step into those 3 from the corner. Valor. And I'll tell you, if you're playing around the world, they've completed that segment already. They've hit everything around the world already from the perimeter. Hence the reason they are at a 13-point lead. We'll see if Blaine comes out here and switches up defense.
You know, you'd like to see both teams get into the lane a little bit more and not have to rely on that 3-pointer. I mean, it's working for Andover right now. It's not working for Blaine, so they're going to have to figure out how to get in the lane and score some points in there.
Other part, too, is, Blaine can do some full-court pressure, but when you're not making that ball to set up the full-court opportunities and the pressure, that's different. Now a runner in the lane. They set it up. They go to the lane. Good call by the coaches. Marina Lafreniere picks up her first 2 of the game. And, hey, they were 0 for their last 4 from the perimeter, so a good call to get that ball inside. Another shot from the corner. This one's lifted. Good! Bam again. That's Valor. She's got 6. And the Huskies just keep heating it up. 26-12 lead now for Andover with 6.5 to go in the first half. Section semifinal. We're going to get a push here as taking the charge was Lafreniere.
Yeah, Valor, after making that having a few words with Jade Bryant, and I'm sure they've played against each other since they've been about 6-7 years old, so getting competitive out there.
Miller will step out, and in now is number 23 for Andover, Georgia, 4-4. Yep, fighting through those picks. Down below, pass near the ankle, Lafreniere regathers. In the corner, kicks it far point, now to the wing, now down low to the baseline. Kicks it across, stops, pops, gets back behind three, no good. Miss once again there for Bryant. She's 0 for her last 4 on 3-point attempts. Huskies with that 14-point lead, and now kick it down low, and they have possession. Back into a zone. Looking to maybe trap here on this 1-3-1 zone by Blaine, but they get it out front, and oh my, that had some trajectory. And Frost, three-pointer, may have brought down a little ice on that three-point shot as she drains it. She's 3 for 3 from beyond the perimeter.
Yeah, Frost gets an opportunity. She's going to put it up. Oh, another one. They're going to have to get out on these Andover girls.
Good job by 4-4 that time. She stepped right in. Taking that dribble was Meglin into that lane. Moved it inside, but 4-4 came over to clog that up and tie it up. But I think, are they calling the possession? No, they're going to call the foul on 4-4. Yep. Huskies with a 17-point lead.
4-4, one of the 3 seniors that plays for Andover. So they are definitely a young team. I think if she would have spun the other way, she would have had an open lane to the basket, but swung right into 4-4, but they call the foul.
Danielle Davis comes in now for Blaine. Taking it to the lane there, a nice runner. And a shot made there by Molly Garber. She has 6 here in the first half. 15-point lead. Andover. The 1-3-1 is getting stretched a little bit here by Blaine as they try to do some trapping. Anything to change the momentum. And kind of the shooting looks that they're giving Andover. This from the corner off front of the rim by Valor and deflected, and they'll say it's off of Emdeck, and this will be awarded to Blaine. So 5:13 to go and a 15-point lead for Andover. Blaine gets a chance to cut into this deficit and kind of find that shooting pressure. There was Valor again on her shot, just missed. She had made her last 2 threes. And she has 6, does Valor, for Andover here in the first half. Inside, touch foul there. And you'll see Emdeck pick up her first foul. She's been trying to guard the athletic Garber.
I can see where Blaine's starting to try to pound that ball inside a little bit more.
Yeah, trying to change that philosophy, you know, and you can find your confidence in shooting sometimes as there's a timeout there by Coach Nichols with 5:02 to go. And sometimes you find your confidence in shooting by getting those bunnies inside or getting to that free throw line. Here's to take a look at the Section 7-4A bracket. You can see both these teams a winner. They beat Andover beat Duluth East 53-43. And meanwhile, it was Blaine who knocked off Forest Lake 59-49. Centennial advanced over Coon Rapids. Cambridge is really a dark horse. You talk to both of these coaches, they say, hey, Cambridge has the capabilities, especially with one of their star players, a legit player for Cambridge, taking on Centennial here tonight. So the winner of this game advances to play Centennial and Cambridge. And talk to both coaches, and they both are, I really think this 2-3 game, our game here today, could take the section.
Well, they're both showing that they're very good basketball teams here early, so that wouldn't surprise me at all. And like you said, you got to watch out for Cambridge, a team that you haven't seen during the year. Probably.
Blaine inside, a turnaround hook that time by Garber, just long. Now rebound, Terry kicks it to perimeter. Back out, there's Bryant. Now back to Terry for 3. She cannot connect, but there for the rebound. Unfortunately, stepping on that baseline was Davis. And that'll go as a turnover, so 4:49 to go. Timeout, they came out, switched up things a little differently, did Andover, and now stretching some pressure here is Blaine.
Really important 5 minutes here, Joe, before halftime. They can't let Andover get any more out in front.
Inside, converting, no good, missing follow-up, and a foul drawn there by Valor, and she had A nice bounce pass inside. Tried to convert quickly, but she was disrupted defensively.
Yeah, here's another look at it.
Good job, and then the follow-up. And then she draws the foul time on Garber.
That's just I want that ball more. You know, she went up for her own rebound, came down with it and got fouled, but there's a lot of want right there.
And here's a key part is you cannot afford to get Garber. I guess that's her first. I had marked it as 2. But Valor misses the front end of 2. I thought if that was her second foul, is the last thing you need is your top scorer, one of them, to get into foul trouble here in the first half. But she'll take the second. Well, Valor, she has 6 on the game. Make that 7. Huskies have yet to apply some of that man-to-man full court pressure. Back in it, Blaine looks inside to the paint. Strong move inside. That was kind of an out of control move there. And Farfar's challenged. She continues to be challenged. Now gets it under control. Ahead to White. White then a loose and a bad pass there. Converting, taking it in, cashing it in, and unable to convert, but getting the rebound. The bunny knocking that through is Maddie Bryant. Right place, right time, good hustle.
You know, that looks like an easy shot, but it really isn't.
Boy, conversion here time is a couple of consecutive turnovers. We may see another timeout here by Andover. And now Blaine, off of a couple of turnovers and their pressure, have cut the deficit to 12, 30-18. Finally, they get it across, moving it quickly. And setting it up now is Ingleby. Kicks it back out to White. And now, on the far wing inside the 4-4. 4-4 is stripped, draws a tie up. And that time 4-4 left it right around her hip. Trust me, as a shorter guy and playing basketball, when I see that cheese down there, I'm going to get it.
And as a taller guy, I'm not going to put the cheese down there for you, Joe.
I'm telling you, I'm going to punch that thing out, paddle it up, but that ball's not going to be coming back up and ready to be passed. 3:20 to go, and Blaine gets it on the transition here after the arrow favored Blaine. On the wing, inside, Blaine doing a great job of countering it. They cannot hit that 3. Still trying to get into that zone, and Andover doing just enough to disrupt Blaine and not allow them to get into a comfort zone for that shot. They get their own rebound and back out and extend this possession. Around the perimeter, back again. Garber kicks it inside. Good strong move, losing possession just as she went up for it was Lafreniere, and they'll go out of bounds against Andover, but with 2:47 to go. Still a 12-point deficit for Blaine. They're going to throw it in.
Well, important 3 minutes here for the Blaine Bengals to keep it close here, and they've cut into that margin and are only down by 12 now.
Inbound pass there, finding control after some maneuvering, and a roller right off the side. That was a creative, intuitive conversion that time by Garber. And now it's back to within 10, still full court press.
Yeah, that press has really given Andover some problems.
And it just tossed enough to toss you out of rhythm. Down below, on the baseline, that was Miller. Kicks it to Ingleby. Ingleby takes it inside, a little out of control, and she loses possession. Here comes Blaine. It's Garber. Looks inside, resets over to Terry. Terry, the point guard, and the man-to-man defense here for the Huskies as they continue to try to disrupt the three-point shooting. For Blaine, stopping, popping, Terry, in and out, no good, inside rebound, cashing in. Smallest player on the floor getting that board, but unable to convert off the glass. That was Bryant, Maddie Bryant, but meanwhile a whistle is called.
Yeah, there was a defender there just to throw her off a little bit. She tried to adjust and couldn't put it in. That would have been a big basket for Blaine to cut this thing to single digits.
Hey, when you're at that deficit that they were at, 17-point deficit at one point, you're just looking to chip away and try to make some progress as Garber takes a quick seat here with 1:59 to go. I got to believe that's going to be pretty quick, although that is her second foul for Garber. She may be done for the half. Andover trying to bring it up, and Pete, as you mentioned, it's really took the momentum, and now a whistle is called on Lafreniere.
Yeah, that's
she went
the
over
seventh.
the back.
I believe that's the only the fifth, so they have a couple to give yet.
That does send them to the line for the bonus, 7.
Okay, there we go. I was looking at timeouts. Well, free throws are going to be important here.
Well, since Blaine has put that full court pressure on in that trap, you haven't seen Andover connect on a 3-point. There's a free throw, and wow, off the backboard that time, Lily Peterson converts. She's averaging 1.5 a game. And 2.
Big smile on her face.
Hey, he's happy. That backboard can be like a mattress. You hit it, just draw straight back down. Inside to the lane, Lafreniere takes a good hard move there. Rebound again. Bryant, she kicks it out wide. Terry then drives the lane, converts in the end. One opportunity for Blaine, and to drop this deficit to a single digit.
Man, Maddie Bryant underneath has been a beast under there. She's a couple of rebounds here in the last couple of possessions. Good for her.
It's all about, I always say rebound is an attitude, right? And
Yeah,
she just gets herself in that right position. I've been impressed too, Pete, with her getting some offensive boards. Now a chance to cut the deficit to 9 on the end one, and she does. That's big. That's huge as Terry converts. Full court pressure is continuing here, as you would think it would. A long cross-court pass, Imdek. She controls, she steps back, looks for the 3, front of the rim, no. Rebound to Blaine. And you do just enough just to change the behavior of that shooting. And that's what Blaine has done. A 9-point deficit for Blaine. They get to try to slice into that here before half. 1:10 to go before the midway mark of this game. Lafreniere takes it to the lane, kicks it out wide, and good pans that time. Stopping, popping from 3. No, still long. Unable to convert was Bryant on that 3. And who's underneath? But, of course, Maddie Bryant. What a scrapper. Back in is Ingleby for, not Ingleby, but Valor. Stepping out will be number 13 for Andover, and that'll be Beckman.
Yeah, she is not the tallest girl on the court, but she is the scrappiest, at least in this first half.
Bringing it up is Emma Frost. Frost leads both teams with 11 points. Valor looks, then takes it to the lane. Kicks it out wide. This 3 long for Andover, and Imdek comes in. She came in full throttle on that offensive rebound at Imdek, and she drew the foul of Lafreniere.
Yeah, Imdek has that look on her face like, I am not going to let this team lose tonight. I do not want my season to be over. I do not want my career at Andover to be over. And she's a competitor, what I can see so far in this first half.
Imdek hits that first, and that's good. Sometimes you got to move that number, and the Huskies haven't moved that number in a while. So now they did the 33, and they're back to a 10-point lead, double digits. As Imdek will get a look, and she now has, 9 points, I was going to say, in double digits. Blaine down by 10, 30 seconds to go here in the half. Setting it up, that's Terry. Out wide there to Bryant. Bryant on the wing. Kicks it back to Terry, 20 seconds left. Before the half, Terry looks again. Inside. And a stop pop from 15, back of the rim, no good. And Maddie Bryant gets that rebound. Goodness. 4 rebounds in this first half for Maddie Bryant.
Yeah, that's
offensive
a big rebound.
rebounds. That's even more difficult.
Yeah, that's where they've all been, Joe. 10 seconds left in the first half here. That's a big one for Blaine.
Key free throws here to cut this opportunity back down to single digits. That's always the mission, right, Pete? You've coached where you try to get it down to single if you can. Missing back of the rim. Here comes Andover, a chance to hit before the half. For 3 in the corner. Bam! 3-point shot. 3-ball corner pocket, and Andover will take a 36-23 lead into the half. Another 3, and that was the first of the game. Hit by Sophia White.
Yeah, that's a big basket by Sophia White. Blaine battled to get the thing down into single digits, and all of a sudden they find themselves down by 13 at half.
Well, hey, don't go away, because I can guarantee you one thing will not happen. Neither of these teams are going to give up. if they're ahead or a deficit. They've split this season, and they're so evenly matched. One aside. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second half of the Section 7 4A matchup. Girls high school basketball. Huskies and the Bengals.
Welcome to At the Half, the show where we take a closer look at some of our local area high school sports. I'm your host, Seamus Burke. Let's start off with the Anoka Gymnastics team. They're an ambitious group looking ahead to a big season. Let's head out and talk with the Tornadoes.
At my elementary school, there was a gymnastics after school, and that's where I started. And me and my best friend, she's actually another captain. And from there, I decided to be done with dance, and I just kept on with gymnastics, and been doing it ever since.
I tried out a lot of sports when I was younger, but I didn't like to have like shoes on. I was kind of a weird kid like that. I don't know, I just had a lot of energy always jumping off the furniture, so my parents thought it would be a good idea, and it kind of just stuck.
We actually got a couple new girls, and we lost a couple girls that were really important to our team. But the new girls are showing promise, and we've been working really hard all summer, so we still have our hardest skills. We're starting off strong.
What's been really fun so far this year is the amount that we have to gain. They're so talented, they're so hardworking, and they're going to develop a lot from the first meet to the last meet. Last year we came in strong, went strong, and ended strong. It was just a seasoned group, and every meet felt just kind of almost a little too easy because they were so practiced, so rehearsed. They'd been with each other so long. Last year we only had one new team member because of COVID. This year we have many more, and many more stepping into big roles. And so it was an exciting start knowing that we were going to grow each meet, that our score would grow, that their performances would grow. And that's already happened just in our first couple meets. So it's exciting each time to see what's going to come next.
I think it's really cool how everyone focuses on themselves. You want to do your best, but even if you mess up, you still get really excited when your teammates do really good. So I personally, I've done really bad at meets, but I still am really happy at the end because everyone else did really good or someone else got a PR. And it's just, we're all there for each other. We're very supporting.
I think gymnastics is unique because it's just such a mentally tough sport that the team bond is almost way different than any other sport would be because you have to be there for each other so much mentally and support each other when you're having a rough day. It's so mental. It's super physical too, but I would say it's 90% mental, 10% physical. So yeah, you have to be there for each other a lot. So it creates a really good team atmosphere.
We really, really want to make it to state as a team. We haven't done that in 12 years, a really long time. And we've been so close, and our competition is getting a little easier, so hopefully we can make it this year.
Next, we have the Andover Dance team. The members describe their time together and their love for each other as more of a family than a team. Let's learn more about this awesome group.
My name is Natalie Shepard, and I've been with Andover Dance team for 4 years. These 4 years have been amazing. I've made so many friends, and honestly, they are considered a part of my family, and my sister's on the team, and so it's just been so fun, and I've learned and grown in so many different ways. I'd say the difference between this year's team and last year's team is everyone is a lot closer this year, and they have so many new qualities that they can bring to the team and that they contribute, and I think everyone has kind of taken a next step into going to new goals and reaching new heights. This year, I'd say our goals are being able to get to new skills that we haven't really been able to before, and I think with this team it's completely possible. I think that we're in a good spot at the start of the season, and I'm really excited to see where we go.
For the dance team for 4 years. I've been on both fall and winter. I started dance when I was in kindergarten. I've always loved it. My mom always wanted me to be in it, and I just fell in love with it, I guess. I think this year we finally all found our love for dance, and we've always had it, but I just think this year really has shown how far we can take ourselves, and we just have a family here, and it's really awesome. Our goals for this year are just to try our best at every competition. I think we all just want to up our scores, be there for each other, and just love each other. I think our dance team just really shows, like I said, how much of a family we are, and we just, the difference from last year and this year has just been amazing, and just that we all have so many supporters, and it's just been so great.
My name is Grace Amel. I've been dancing on the fall team for 3 years and the winter team for 2 years. Well, actually I was a gymnast for about 12 years before I started dancing, and then once I got to high school, it just looked fun, so I decided I'd try it, and it just kind of blossomed into what it is now. Well, last year's team was great. I think we started a lot of the growth that we're continuing this year, and just the girls on the team this year, they're motivated, they want it, and you can tell, and it's really shown in our performances. Well, state is the ultimate goal always. That's always what we're working towards, but I think more than like a material goal, we're just looking to advance our program and do the best we can this season and build off of what we started last year.
Next, we have the Champlain Park Alpine ski team. Let's check in with the Rebels and get their thoughts on the challenges the team has faced during this unique year.
My name is Jack Thomason. I've been on the team for 4 years now, and I'm the boys' captain. To me, being captain is about including everybody. I like to make sure that I always go around and make sure everyone's having fun, talk about how their nights are going, and ask if they need any help or any advice with anything. I just try and be a positive role model and show leadership in that way. I personally would like to go to state. I would also love if our team would make it to state. We have a great team this year. We have a great shot at going, and if everything turns out the way it's supposed to go, we might just go. So,
my name is Anthony Hurlitz. I am a senior at Champlain Park High School, and I've been skiing with the Champlain Park Alpine team for 4 years now. Actually, it takes about an hour to get to practice every day, and then an hour home after practice every day. So it's 2 hours out of the day. Some people might think that's a bunch of time wasted, but a lot of us actually enjoy the bus ride a lot more than practice, because you get to hang out with a bunch of your friends, you get to talk to them, you get to mess around, and it's a lot of fun. So we don't find it as time wasted. Some of us actually really look forward to the bus versus practice, because some nights are not most fun on the hill.
I'm Sam Johnson. I'm a senior at Champlain Park, and I've been skiing since freshman year.
Let's just go. Just ski, you feel me?
But this year we got a really solid team. We got 27 people, I think. So, and a lot of them are very fast, forceful, and aggressive skiers. So, yeah, it's all in the legs and core. You're really pushing with those legs to push off of the ground, and just getting those racing lines in, sort of like Formula One stuff, and you'll be the fastest kid on the hill. So. Just the other night, we did a couple runs. I shaved off 9 seconds just that night, so it was pretty good.
I'm Brooke Murray. I'm a senior in high school, and I've been on the team for 4 years. There's a lot different between my freshman year and my senior year. With skill and ability, it's a huge difference. Knowing what I'm doing, huge difference. And the size of the team has gone up by a lot since my freshman year, so the whole experience is completely different. I like being around my team a lot. We spend a lot of time together, and just watching each other improve is also really amazing to see. My personal goal is just to get faster, keep improving, and have fun. And for my team, I hope my teammates do well as well. Maybe some of them can make it to state, who knows?
That's it for this edition of At the Half. Make sure to stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, as well as watching Channel 859 and online at QCTV.org. Thanks for watching.
The stop and the pop and gets the members roll for two. Huskies led by as many as 17 in that first half. They heated it up. Some great rebound inside. Saw it inside there by Maddie Bryant. She had 4 offensive rebounds, 4 at the half. There's a nice Pat Bev runner by Garber. She had 8. Molly Garber led the Bengals with 8. And meanwhile, hitting the 3 and all around the perimeter. It was an all around the world kind of an experience for the Huskies in that first half. As you saw a couple of threes there by Valor. Also 3 for 3 in that first half was Emma Frost. She leads the Huskies with 11 at half. Second is Emdek. She has 9 for the Huskies. Back into possession, 13-point deficit, turned, fire, no good, and she has just been cold. So unusual for number 5, Jade Bryant for Blaine. She's shooting almost 40% for 3 on the season. She just has 5 here in the first half.
Well, they only trail by 13, Joe, and Jade Bryant hasn't been scoring. And she's going to figure this out, and balls are going to start falling, and that's definitely going to help.
Bringing it up off the press that time. Emdek around the perimeter, taking this 3. Valor, yes! Valor puts the Huskies up by 16 to start the second half, and she has hit her last 2.
Well, Andover comes out in the second half the same way they ended the first half.
The attempt there, no good. She's just going to keep tying him up as Bryant, but on the conversion, here it comes. Huskies, beautiful job. Miller just misses on the layup to close up that transition. Back comes Blaine the other way. Garber had to take the bench with about 2 minutes to go in that first half after she collected her second foul. Garber and Bryant lead the squad. That's Jade Bryant, both with 13 points a game. And if there's 2 things that you guarantee, it's taxes and the sun rising and setting. I still gamble on Bryant starting to light it up from the outside yet tonight, but not thus far. As coming back on the transition one more time. 3-ball corner pocket, no good at that attempt by Engelby. Hits the front of the rim. Transition time now for Blaine. Terry takes it hard to the rim, a little out of control, and comes back to try to control it. Pushing foul is now going to be whistled by the official.
Yeah, she was about 2-3 feet out of bounds, came back in, made contact, got fouled. Good hustle there by the Bengals.
Engelby, who Coach Nichols kind of calls the floor general for this Husky squad, and one of 4 sophomore starters. She'll take the bench. She's picked up her 3rd foul. That's key. On the rebound, Bryant kicks it back out. Now to the lane. Hard drive. There's Terry. I don't know if she was going to be close to making that, but she drew the foul, and that was picked up that time on number 4, Sophia White.
Yeah, here's another look at it, and I believe she'll be shooting, as she was shooting when she was fouled, and she'll be going to the line for 2, trying to cut into this margin.
Coach Brewston looks like he's kind of gotten to Bruton has said, let's just get to the basics here and get to that lane, which they've done, but unable to convert here on the first of 2 is Terry. She had 4 in the first half. Now 5. Pressure again by Blaine. It was extremely effective. This is like a 2-2-1 full court pressure here. They really slowed down and left all alone underneath is Miller. They find her. She got behind the defenders, and they converted on that long pass. Miller gets her 2nd bucket of the game. She has 4, and the Huskies back to a 17-point lead. Hard drive, a little too hard. Hard off the glass, and a rebound to Andover. Cross to the side. Valor's going to keep shooting. She hits the front of the rim and just can't connect there. Back to Blaine. Blaine looks for an opportunity. This is Garber at the elbow. Give and go back to Garber. And she will either make that shot or do what she just did, draw that foul.
Yeah,
she is just a great scorer.
Let me see here. That's the 3rd foul already on Andover here. We're only not even 2 minutes into this second half. So fouls could play a big part in this game as we get down the stretch.
And you can see where Blaine, they've kind of got the, kind of the horns up type of offense. 2 horns up, both at the elbow, and say, hey, you're playing man-to-man. We'll get it inside. We'll give and go and draw that mismatch while the other players are on the perimeter. And it's a good strategy because they need to get some sort of cadence and flow going offensively. Garber collects. She's the first one in double figures for Blaine, and she has 10. Down to the corner, Valor this time. Kicks it back out. 1-3-1 defense for Blaine, and unable to convert on the three. There's Andover. Back to Mdeck. Mdeck now catches up with the ball near midcourt. That 1-3-1 trap at half court, ringing it along. This a chance for three, front of the rim, no good. Andover. Valor works hard, kicks it out to Frost. Frost for three, her first miss from three tonight. She gets another look in the corner. Now Valor's going to drive it to the lane, draws the foul. That's a blocking foul on Lafreniere. And good play by Valor, not to settle for that three.
Boy, Andover's been chucking them up here from the bleacher seats. Getting a lot of opportunities with that offensive rebounding. They're doing a great job of.
You know, and hey, you can't have a conscience as a shooter, right? Just keep popping it up. And
yeah, absolutely.
Valor this time kind of dialed up a Blaine recipe. Instead of shooting that three, went to the lane and drew the foul. Valor has 11, tied for the game lead here. Now with that made free throw, she has 12. Not only leads Andover, but both teams. Garber will bring it up in Andover. A 43-26 lead with 14:50 to go in the second half. Garber wants to drive. Andover goes, so isn't that man-to-man, but almost kind of like a matchup zone. Garber kicks it out, tries to save it, and knocked free, and it'll be awarded back to Blaine. Again, the winner of this game will take on Centennial and Cambridge. That game is underway now in the section championship. One other game I was looking at also, that'll take place on Friday, and that's the Section 8 4A championship. I'll talk about that in a second as Blaine inbounds it. Looks for the three, no, pulls down. Now the runner blocked. And now a transition time for the Huskies. Mdeck, bounce pass, cashing in. School is closed, bank is open. There it is. Picking it up, putting it away. Good conversion bucket that time by Emma Frost. And there's a timeout whistled. It looks like there may be an injury back behind the play, but Frost, meanwhile, picks up point number 13.
Yeah, they took advantage of a player being down on the other end of the court.
But it was a good transition, good bounce pass, and under control. And the Huskies now have their biggest lead of the game, Pete, at 45-26.
Yeah, Blaine really has to watch out now so that this doesn't get away from him. And you might think it's getting away from him right now at 45-26, but there's still plenty of time for them to get back into this game.
Inside. Good, strong move. That's Garber. So they're really trying to post up Garber and use her. And she's got 12 points. 1-3-1, half court press here. A chance for three, no good, long by Mdeck. And here comes Blaine on the rebound and on the transition time for them. And Terry will hold up, let the offense set up. That's it, man-to-man. They're looking again for Garber down below. Jade Bryant still looking for her first bucket here in the second half. She had 5, did Bryant in the first half. Garber brings it all the way back out over to Terry. Terry will reset the offense this time. They'll set up double stack down below. Inside, Garber makes this move, miss it. Follow-up rebound, no good, long and inside, trying to dig it out, kick back out to the lane, stop, pop, nope, they'll hold it back to the corner. Garber's going to drive this, a runner, good for two. What a great-looking runner.
Yeah, Blaine continues to pound the ball inside, and if I was coaching these two teams, I'd rather be pounding that ball inside than relying on that three. So if Andover keeps hitting them, it's going to be a long night for Blaine, but if not, they're going to get right back in this game.
Mdeck takes this shot, hits the top of the backboard, and back will come Blaine, a chance. Bryant there, had it momentarily, knocked from her hand, and a turnover as it looked like they went into a weave and kind of ran off one another. Contesting that is Jane Bryant, number 5.
Yeah, Bryant's a little frustrated down there. She's got to keep her head in the game. You know, she's one of the leaders on this team. Keep your head in the game. Things will start going your way. You can't take yourself out of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, Garber has been hitting on all strides. She's been at it. She's got 14 now on the game. Kicks it to the corner. Andover, Valor this time. Miller rotates it to that far corner, and that's where Ingleby is. Valor for three, front of the rim, no good, rebound. That's picked down and pulled out. Chance there, that was Davis on that rebound. Terry will set it up. You can hear the shout on the play call here, staying in that man-to-man, and they're going to try to just pound it inside, and one chance. Wow! Garber's putting on a clinic and playing that low post, and they're getting it to her. She's using that left-hand, right-hand floater. This time she went to the bank and drew the foul on Valor. For Valor, that's her second foul for the Huskies, team foul number 4. So they're trying to chip away at that deficit by going to the inside.
Yeah, Garber's a 5'11 junior. Like I just talked about, Andover's threes are going cold, and Blaine's pounding that ball inside, and don't look now, but it's back to a dozen points.
Garber now has taken the lead at 15 points, leads both teams in scoring, and she's just gone back to old school inside. Down below to the corner. Ingleby kicks it back out. That's White. Frost kicks it down to Valor in the corner. Andover okay with taking some time off the clock. A 1-3-1, kind of a trapping zone if they get that opportunity, but the Huskies are keeping their spacing just right. To the corner. Valor's going to take this three. Yes! Valor regains the lead, or ties the lead. She has now 15 points, leads the Huskies, and converts on another three, and has the game lead in terms of points, tied with Garber. And we have a timeout with 11:33 to go. Here's a look.
Yeah, they kind of took the air out of the ball a little bit there, Joe. Ran some clock, looked for that three. Valor wasn't afraid to put it up. You know, and you work, like you said, you work to get back in, and all of a sudden you're a three-point shooting team, and you get that three, and now you're back up by 15.
Yeah, well, in the quarterfinal game, Garber had 20 and Jade Bryant 17. Terry had 12. I know that was kind of a great formula for the Blaine team as they defeated Forest Lake in a quarterfinal game, 59-49. Meanwhile, for Andover, in their quarterfinal win over Duluth East, it was a 57-43 win, but Valor had 16, Ingleby 15, and Miller had 12. Back we go, and we'll talk about this Rogers team and the matchup they have against St. Michael coming up on Friday. Inside, Garber again off the glass, that time Long. Scramble for the rebound ensues, tied up and pulling it away, and finally it's controlled by Andover and White. White gets it in the hand of Ingleby to the perimeter. Staying in a 1-3-1 is Blaine. Errant pass there. Lafreniere picks it up. Garber on the transition. She's going to take it up, draw the foul. You could see that from just beyond midcourt, Pete. She wasn't going to stop and pop.
No,
she was going to drive and maybe get an and one.
No, absolutely not. Here's a look. Good steal by Blaine. Garber picks it up, and she's definitely going to the cup.
The long-armed and rich play there by Lafreniere on that steal. Huge as Andover tried to go cross-court on that 1-3-1. A rare miss at the charity stripe there for Garber. Again, she's got 15. And the key thing here was a foul that was picked up there. You can see her pacing on that sideline as Piper Ingleby picked up her 4th foul.
Blaine has to make sure that they put these free throws in because Andover's already in some foul trouble here with 5, and there's almost 12 minutes remaining in the game, or 11 remaining.
Andover's, hey, they're content. We don't need to rush a shot. They'll stop. Here's Frost, back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Blaine. When you trap, Pete, I got to think as a player sometimes that kind of speeds things up in your brain, and maybe you forget to recognize, hey, we can run our offense, but we just don't need to force it. It kind of forces that up tempo. Here comes Garber. Oh, it opens wide open like Highway 10. A big lane, and she converts, and now back to within 13, and Garber has 17 on the game. Blaine keeping the pressure inside. Miller gets fouled as she gets ready to try to convert on a pass inside for a bunny shot, but they will take the 2 free throws. Will Miller.
Yeah, Miller with only 4 so far. She's a double-digit scorer for Andover. She's just a sophomore, 6'3". You're going to hear a lot about her the next couple years.
And you just saw Garber on that drive to the lane. It just opened up. So, hey, they're about staying to their plan here for the second half, Blaine, is stay the plan, know the process, and get inside, and they're starting to chip away. Nice key free throw there from Miller. She now has 5 on the night. We're just at 10 minutes to go here in the second half. Thanks for joining us, Joe Rulin, along with Pete Hayes and the fabulous group of QCTV. Billy Austin leading the band tonight from 3. Yes, finally, a big shot and make. Wow, was that a need? As Jade Bryant now has 8. That's her first from 3 here in the second half. Now they've cut the deficit to 9. Excuse me, to 11. Back at 49-38. Andover working the clock. They're looking to see if they'll do a cross-court pass. This time Mdek, good job. Fakes the baseline, comes back out. Working more of that clock. Frost at the wing. Frost again, looks inside. Now she goes cross-court to the corner. Mdek working clock more. Down inside, gets it to Miller. Good job, good ball movement. And they convert inside to Miller. She has 7, nice pass. And an assist on that dime goes to White.
Miller getting a little bit more involved in the game at the right time.
Trying to hit up again 3, even unable to connect that time was Jade Bryant. Here comes Garber. Garber wants to take this to the lane. Now a little rip and roll, and a runner converts. No, off the back of the rim, no good. And a rebound in possession here for Andover. Valor, kick up for 3, front of the rim, no good, all alone underneath. Good rebound, unable to convert was Frost, and stepping on that baseline was Lafreniere, and it'll be Andover ball.
I think Frost was saying, I'm not used to shooting it from here. She likes being out back behind the arc. Here's another look at it as Andover moving the ball quickly around the perimeter. A nice little dish inside to Miller for 2.
Corner, Mdek for 3. Yes! She took that one right in stride, stepped into it, a pass right to the shooting pocket, and Mdek now has 12 on the game, her third 3 of the game. And with 8:20 to go, the Huskies have expanded their lead now to 16. Foul here, it's a call there on White. She wasn't quite moving her feet. And 6 fouls now on Andover, 1 away from the bonus.
Mdek with a big 3 at this point of the game with just over 8 minutes remaining, pushing the lead out to 16.
Here's an interesting part we were talking about. They're going to take that timeout, 8:19. Huskies up 54-38 over Blaine in the section semifinal game. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. But Rogers is a team to watch out for, because Rogers, Class 4A rankings, Rogers is ranked number 9. Irrelevant right now because they came in where they had lost their first game of the season, Pete. And a need to know for you, right? They lost their first game of the season, did Rogers, to St. Michael Albertville. Champlain is down to Maple Grove. 20-26. Champlain is down to Maple Grove. Maple Grove, one of those teams in the Class 4A. Maple Grove is ranked 7th. Meanwhile, Rogers ranked 9th as the season came to an end. After they lost their season opener to St. Michael, all right, lost that one by a score of 80-65. Then they lost 2 games later to Maple Grove. Then they went on to win their final 23 games of the season.
Oh, wow.
They won 23 in a row, and now they will play St. Michael Albertville for the Section 8 4A championship on Friday. That will be a battle.
Well, wherever that game's played, it's going to be hard to get a seat because those 2 are big rivals just down the road from each other.
Off the timeout here, let's see if the Huskies, sometimes teams like to switch coming off a timeout to a different D. Driving the lane, kick out. Now back, looking for the 3, step back, not there. Good D up front by Valor. They've kind of gone to a 1-2-2, have the Huskies. They are not allowing that perimeter shot inside. Lafreniere converts. The taller Lafreniere hits a big shot inside, nice pass, and it's a 14-point lead. Now for Andover, full court pressure by Blaine, 7:40 to go. Nice steal here by Garber. She does everything, leads it ahead, conversion into Terry, good! A steal and score that time for Blaine on that, and Garber's everything. She's so intuitive out there. Stopping, looking for the three. Andover on their transition. They're going to settle it. There's Frost to the corner. Now back out to Frost once again at the wing. She sends it across. Embeck takes this shot. Nope, that's long. Rebound. Good battle. Picked up by Terry. Terry, like the Harlem Globetrotters, on her knees, dribbling, coming back up again.
They would have called traveling if she didn't keep dribbling there.
It was a Curly Neal exhibition there. So 7 minutes left, stopping, popping, hitting. No, off the front of the rim, hitting the front of the rim anyway. And under 7 to go. Still not able to find her touch so far has been Jade Bryant. She has 8 in the game. She averages almost 14 a game. Around the perimeter, working it there is Valor. Valor holds the ball. Huskies have had a lot of success by rotating and good ball movement. Miller comes up to set the pick at the elbow. Frost controls the dribble, now down to the corner. Huskies, I think, would be very content with taking a couple minutes off the clock. You always worry about ruining or messing with the cadence and the flow of the game. There's a turnover. Lafreniere on the steal, coming in. She'll cash in. No good. Rebound. Who else? Garber. Garber to the corner for Blaine. She moves left, goes left again, moves it inside, draws what I thought would be a foul, but it was a block. But I'd say she is in the right spot, keeps herself moving, and Garber. Good defensive play here by Andover. Did not get the foul whistle.
I'll tell you what, Andover dodged a bullet right there.
Inside, Garber this time converts. Wow, 19 already here for Garber, and she has drawn Blaine in. Another turnover, 2-on-1 coming back. Bryant's going to take this one in, misses, but draws the foul. That's going to be foul number 7. Bonus time here for Blaine, and again, that pressure looks like it's starting to get to Andover, and just under 6 to go.
Well, if I'm coaching Blaine right now, I'm feeling pretty good, actually. If I'm coaching Andover, I'm a little bit nervous because the game is starting to turn back to Blaine's favor. It's been what they wanted to do all day, work inside, get themselves to the foul line, but they've got to make those free throws.
Oh, they have missed some critical free throws. Blaine, and you know, free throws are one of those things that can kind of get you into that mindset, that confidence, build a little confidence and flow. And Jade Bryant needs that shot right now. They're down by 10 as Blaine.
Well, they're going to be shooting a lot of them here, Joe, at the end. 7 fouls on Andover already.
She hits the second now, back within 9. Andover will bring it up against this press that has caused some problems. There's another potential turnover, tied up. And it's been impressive because Blaine hasn't fouled. They just really forced some turnovers or disrupted passes.
Yeah, absolutely. Andover trying to take the air out of the ball a little bit, and with that, you're also making a lot of extra passes, and Blaine's taking advantage of some bad passes.
Back in comes the field general, Engelby, for the Huskies. White to Valor, now looking inside, there's Miller, but bounce pass there, rejected, given right back to Embeck. Embeck there, it's a good idea, but good footwork. Little dancing with the stars, footwork there by the Blaine defender. 5:27 remaining in this Section 7 4A semifinal. Huskies in the white, taking on Blaine, and they have this Andover a 9-point lead. They've had as much as a 19-point lead here in the second half, but Blaine sticks with that plan and goes back inside. Garber has 19.
Gonna call a foul there on Blaine. Take another look at it right here. See what we see.
She's got that left hand. She grabs that right arm
right
of Embeck. That was kind of an easy call up near midcourt.
Well, I'll be interested to see how much time Andover takes before they take a shot here.
Engelby with 4 fouls, had been sitting for a while, and again, she's that floor general for the Huskies. She's back in it. She'll grab the ball. She goes against Garber. Garber, such a tenacious defender and a persistent scorer. Timeout taken. Good call here by Coach Blake Nichols, as he wanted to get things together and make sure we all kind of understand our roles with a 9-point lead and 4:50 to go.
Well, time's starting to make a little bit of a difference right now, Joe, with under 5 minutes to go. And this last possession, and they still have the ball. Andover has run 35 seconds worth of clock. I'm guessing they're going to try to run at least another half a minute here before they put the ball up, or whatever they can get. But time is on the hands of Andover right now.
Well, what a great night for basketball. Again, the winner will take on Centennial and Cambridge, and trying to see if there's a score on that game. As that will be a great contest. Both these coaches, for both Andover and Blaine, were convinced the winner of this game tonight, they feel pretty confident could win the section, because even though both these teams have lost to Centennial twice, they see a Cambridge team that's been starting to heat up. They have certainly a good D1 player there, and she's the real deal. As Mike had just given me an update to see if we had any scores yet. That game actually started an hour later, so 8. I don't know if we can send a drone down there or not to get inside. But hey, it's great action here. Enjoy this girls high school basketball class 4A, and this is section semifinal. Huskies are up by 9. They're in the white. They are the number 3 seed. Blaine, the number 2 seed. Engelby hits her 3. Wow, right in cadence. Steps up. Piper. Engelby with her first 3 of the game, and what a time to hit it.
Yeah, that was gigantic.
They moved that ball around, and she got it in the move. There's a stop from 10 feet out. A good critical side shot. Needed was Meglin to hit that shot, and she did. 10-point deficit for Blaine. Garber watching Engelby. It's a junior versus the sophomore Engelby. Valor, she's had a night. She's got 15 for the Huskies. Baseline, back to Valor. Valor left all alone, but right now the Huskies are more interested in moving seconds off the clock than putting points up. Into the corner. Back out, 10-point lead again for Andover. Mdeck rotates it. Back now to Valor. Valor takes this to the lane. A one-hand pass, almost stolen that time, but controlled by Mdeck. Inside, Miller converts, misses on the bunny inside. She tries to get it back, cannot. Here comes Blaine on to transition. To the corner, nope. Back out to Garber. Who else? And no, that's going to be Terry inside. She takes a left-handed layup, draws the foul. And you have to be careful because Engelby cannot pick up that 5th foul.
No, and Blaine has 3 fouls to give, Joe, with 3:19 left. So they can be very aggressive on defense and go for that steal.
You could tell Miller, maybe that was more of a frustration foul on her part for missing that small one inside. And Terry, there we go. She hits the first.
Well, if she makes this, it's going to be the closest they've been in a long time with an 8-point game with 3:19 remaining. So a lot can still happen here.
Terry with 8 on the game. And gets it. So back to with an 8. At one point down by 19 was Blaine. Full court pressure here as Engelby takes it to the corner. Surveys her teammates. Where are they? Looks for some gaps, and there's a chance there for Valor. She makes it down to the baseline. High pass. Good jump. Now a shot from the corner. Good! A key critical shot. Bam! 15 on the game now for Mdeck. Oh my goodness. Cold water in those veins. Wow.
That's a couple for Andover. Just when you think Blaine's going to get back in it, they drop a 3 from the corner.
Mdeck has a high on the season of 23. She got that against Centennial. Lafreniere wants to take this to the lane, kicks it out wide. This for Terry. No good. Front of the rim, has not hit her 3. Everything has come inside or in free throw. She has 10, does Terry. Now, Huskies are going to try to rotate that ball, and the sophomore who plays like a senior, Engelby, draws that foul. 2:25 to go. Here in this contest, the Huskies with an 11-point lead. Emdeck holds that ball. Coming over, Engelby to help out. Emdeck almost threw it away. Good hands by Engelby. Down corner left all alone, and now they're just looking to work the clock. I don't think they're interested unless they can get a bunny, but that pass was a little too far in front for Miller. Out of bounds, turnover for Andover, and Blaine now gets that possession back.
Well, that's good turnover right there. Blaine needs to capitalize. They are starting to run out of time. I think defensively they need to do a little bit more trapping.
Don't put that cheese down.
Yes,
left
sir.
that thing down below and swatting it out. Nice defensive play there by the Huskies because it resulted in a turnover.
Yeah, got a little nonchalant right there, and Andover took advantage of it. Or we get a foul call here, Joe. Oh, what's going on quite? A foul on Blaine.
That's number 5 on Lafreniere. She is done for the game.
She's had a good game. Aggressive player out there. Working hard. Scored some points for him.
She'll take a seat. Now the Huskies try to break this press that has been troublesome for them here in the second half. It's kind of taking them out. Emdeck there, good idea. The senior showing some poise and not taking that shot. She tries to get it inside, and she and Miller had some miscommunication. On the transition, a chance. 2 consecutive possessions with turnovers, and it's Garber that draws the foul. You can just see that they are trying to decide, hey, if she's inside, I'll get her a bounce pass and she can finish. But Miller is not quite coming all the way down that lane and staying out there. So foul out now for the Huskies is Sophia White.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of frustration on the face of Miller, only a sophomore. It's like, you know, you're winning by 11 points here. Stay with it, young lady.
Critical miss here for Garber. 19 on the game. She misses the front end of 2. She gets the second, and that brings it to a 10-point deficit. Still 3 timeouts left for Blaine.
There's that trap.
Critical trap there. Engelby able to try to break it, and they call a timeout. Nichols does just in time. Well, they're going to have to contend with getting that ball up above midcourt here in a short amount of time. 1:29 is when that ball was inbounded. 1:23 is when the timeout was called.
That was a great timeout there by the Andover coaching staff. There was no place for her to go right there. We're under, we're just about a minute to play here.
Both teams on the season average the same amount. I mentioned in the pregame. Andover averaged 54 game offensively, as did Blaine. Defensively, they've held their opponents, both these teams, to 48 a game. And they again have split the season. Meanwhile, coming into this contest, Blaine, they had won 5 of their last 6 and 3 in a row. Blaine started their regular season. They come in with a record of 18-9. They started their season, Pete, 9-0. Meanwhile, for Andover, currently 15-12. That's counting their quarterfinal win over Duluth East. And they're just kind of looking to get that mojo going. A couple of wins in a row. And chance here to get it. These two teams know each other so well, and you can see what's going to come down here in the last minute and 20. They've got to get it across the midcourt line, and a foul is called, and that's going to go against Maddie Bryant.
Oh, they still got one more before they're going to go to the foul line, which...
No, they will. Yeah, one more to the foul line. Here's a throw in here. Trying to bring it up, and there's... Oh, my. Frost there turns it over. Back comes Blaine. Plenty of time left. 1:10. Garber kicks it back. Shot from the corner, nope, pulls it up, takes it inside. No good, misses on that runner. Miller gets the rebound and a foul is called on Blaine. 1:02 to go.
Oh, Blaine needed that one right there. Miller's got a chance to put him up by 12.
I'm sure she'd like to avenge one she missed earlier, just a couple of minutes earlier inside. And taking a look here, high. Shot, good arc. Didn't lack trajectory on that free throw, did we?
No, not at all. Maybe that'll bring a smile to her face.
And she gets the second. Oh, so critical. 8 on the game now from Miller. Andover a 12-point lead. Driving down below, Garber's going to take this three. Hits it! Back to within 9. Timeout called by Blaine.
She said not so quick. We're going to hang around here. I want to play a little bit more. Here's another look at it. Nice kick out. She hasn't thrown up a whole lot of those threes tonight, Joe. Usually taking the ball inside, but
she can certainly hit, averaging almost 15 a game. She is now 22, I believe. 22 on the game for Garber.
Yeah, she's a nice player, that's for sure. I'm thinking Blaine's going to have to foul, make it into a foul fest here. Put Andover to the line.
Stand corrected, she has 23.
So they do not have a whole lot of time left with 53 seconds. They can't let Andover run any clock time, down by 9 points.
No fouls to give either, Pete, so.
Nope, let's send him to the line, put a little pressure on him.
They'll set it up here. Huskies set up in a kind of a 5 formation. Everyone running fly pattern. Someone's going to run a dig route, and that is Valor. Valor fakes it, brings it up. They need to send somebody to the line, and they're going to send Frost to the line. Good job by Valor. Faked that pass, and that brought an aggressive defense to the air, and that gave her the window to dribble it out of the own end of the court and get it ahead to Frost on the 1-and-1. She converts. Frost with 14. Andover has Emdeck with 15. Valor with 15. And now Frost with 14. Check that. 15.
That's how you do it right there. If you're Andover.
Just like cribbage. 15s. Here we go to the perimeter. Inside. A shot for 3. In and out. No good. Garber. Rebound is to Andover. And Frost will go back to the line. With 39 seconds left, and if she can knock these down, that may be the dagger. As the Huskies travel into Blaine's backyard. And I'll tell you, if you had to forecast it, and all the predictors would indicate, because these teams can travel well and pick it up and get at it, and both these teams so evenly matched.
Well, I think the difference, Joe, was the three-point shooting of Andover early in the game. I mean, they couldn't miss. Got out to a 19-point lead, and Blaine just hasn't been able to make it up.
Trying to hit the 3, that's of no avail. Frost now with 17, and this they'll probably just dribble out. 27 seconds remains here in this section semifinal. And Andover has extended their lead to 13. Their lead was as big as 19 here in the second half, Pete, when they were rotating that ball. And one person who just couldn't get on track tonight has been number 5, and that is Jade Bryant. She has 9, I believe, Bryant on the night, but hitting that first is Valor. She gets it. What balanced scoring. Emdeck with 15. Valor with 17. Frost with 17. Rotating, looking for the 3, and finally taking this front of the rim. Consistent for that night, unable to convert on that has been Bryant. So 16 seconds is left. And
but you got to hand it Joe to Andover. You know, they done everything well. You know, they scored 68 points. That's a lot of points in a game, a little bit over their average. Played some good defense, hit 3 points, went inside, hit free throws when they needed them. So congratulations with 16 seconds left. I think I can say that.
A little too late, but it's Meglin who converts on the front end. And 2. So 12-point deficit here for Blaine. They're going to foul, and I hate to do it because Frost is kind of in the zone at that free throw line. She and Valor have not missed a free throw attempt here in the last minute, but they have no other choice but to put someone at the free throw line with 9 seconds left, and it's going to be Frost.
Well, Frost has had a really good night for Andover. 15 points.
And I guess I just cursed her. Frost had 11 points. Frost had 6 points, rather, against Duluth East in their quarterfinal win for Andover. And she'll miss both of those. Back will come Blaine. Converting and scoring, and that should do it. The Huskies will advance now to the finals with a 68-58 win in Blaine's backyard. And what an impressive game and outing here for the Huskies, as they've had 3 players in double figures with 17, 2 with 17 and 1 with 15 in MDEC. Pete?
Well, that was an exciting game, Joe, and if Andover plays like that in the championship, they have a real good chance of going to the state tournament. So it's one more for Andover, and they could be heading downtown.
Player of the game goes to MDEC. Lexi MDEC. She hit some threes in that first half, really set the tempo, some great defensive play. Continued to stop, pop, get the members roll on that jumper there. But then she hit some critical threes here in the second half as well as those that you can see from the first half. And she stepped into a couple of jumpers late in this game when, bam, that really was the dagger. Good poise by the senior, and the Andover Huskies take home a 68-58 win. I'm Joe Rulin, along with Pete Hayes. And hey, we want to thank everyone for joining us in this QCTV sports presentation. The Huskies advance to the finals. And I want to say, hey, thanks to all the camera crew here tonight. And also Billy Austin doing a great job of leading this production from the truck. Again, Joe Rulin along with Pete Hayes. Thanks for joining us, and have yourself a Major League evening at a minor league price. When is that next section game? It was high-octane basketball on Tuesday night with a QCTV sports presentation as the Huskies took on Blaine in the semifinals of Section 7-4A. Both teams were 1-1 against one another on the regular season, matched up extremely well. The Huskies jumped out, and Frost was perfect in the first half on three-pointers. Meanwhile, the Huskies continued their way, but getting some runners. Garver gets 2 of her game 23 there on that runner. Hitting from the corner, 3-ball corner pocket by Valor. She's good. She ended up at 17 on the game. The Huskies at half had a 36-23 lead. You thought they were done? No, they weren't, because Blaine kept pressing, but the Huskies kept countering. Again, Garver inside to the lane, collecting another 2 off the layup. Embeck, rotation here for the ball. Huskies down low. Good conversion on a dime pass. Converting there on the pass from White is Miller. And there was Embeck the rest of the evening. She ended up with 15 on the night. And the senior guard, Lexi Embeck, along with Valor, who had 17, and Frost with 17. The Huskies take home a 68-58 semifinal win and advance to the finals on Thursday.